Welcome. In this CallCabinet how-to video, I will explain how to create a custom user role. One would normally create a custom user role should none of the current roles fulfill the combination of permissions you require a particular user to have. In CallCabinet, you're able to create a specific role type applying any permission to this new role. It is important to remember that the predefined user roles are not editable. Therefore, if you are requiring additional or alternate permissions on any one of these roles, you will be required to create your own custom role. Let us see how easy it is to create a custom role in CallCabinet. Let's begin. To create a custom user role, from the menu panel, click on Settings, and then Custom User Roles. Once a custom user role screen has rendered in the Details panel, you will notice that there are 6 predefined role names listed under the Role Name column, with a lock next to each one of their names indicating that they are not editable. To create a custom role, proceed to the top right-hand side of the Details panel and click on the Add New Role button. An Add New Role dialog is rendered. In the Role Name field, enter the name of the new role you're about to create. Once done, press the Save button. Notice that your new custom role appears in the Role Name column under the predefined roles. Now that you have created a role, it is necessary to apply the various permissions to it. To do so, click on your new custom role name. All available permissions are rendered on the right-hand side of the Details panel. One is now able to start selecting the permissions you want to assign this role. Note that some of these permissions are dependent on other permissions. This implies that in order for a permission that has dependencies to be enabled, the dependent permissions are required to be enabled too. Hovering your mouse cursor over the Has Dependencies item next to a permission will illustrate which permissions this particular permission is dependent upon. So, the Call Playback permission is dependent on the Call Listing permission being enabled too. So notice, when you check the Call Playback checkbox, the Call Listing checkbox is automatically enabled too. Continue through the list of permissions and check all the permissions you would like this role to have. Notice that you can also make your custom role a restricted role too. To make your custom role a restricted role, check the Restricted User Permissions checkbox. This new restricted user role behaves in the same fashion as the predefined restricted user and restricted admin roles, except that its permissions will be different. I'm not going to make this particular user a restricted user, so I'm going to uncheck this role again. Once done, go to the top right-hand side of the Details panel and click on the Save Permissions button. You have now created a new customized role. To edit your custom role, click on the pencil next to its name. A dialog will be rendered in which you can actually change the role name, or you can leave it as it is. You are then able to go and change by adding or removing new permissions as required. Once you have made all the changes that are required, please go ahead and press the Save Permissions button in the top right-hand side of the Details panel. To create a user using your custom new role, in the menu panel, click on Settings, then on the User Management item. In the User Management screen, click on the Add New User button in the top left-hand side of the Details panel. An Add dialog is displayed where you can go and create your new user. Go and create the new email address and then from the user roles drop-down, click on that drop-down list and scroll to the bottom and select the custom role that you want to assign this user. This is now the role that will be assigned this new user. Go ahead and fill in all the other items as necessary. Once done, go ahead and press on the Save button. You have now created a new user who's been allocated the custom user role. This user can now log in and carry on doing the functionality that is required of that particular user. Lastly, please note that you are able to change the role name of any user that has already been created. I'm able to assign this new custom role to that user as well if required. To do so, go to that user's Edit Pencil button, click on it, go to that user's roles drop-down menu, scroll through the list, select the role that you want. In this case, it's the custom role. Save that custom role, and you will now notice that this user now has been allocated your custom role that you have created. This concludes how to create a custom user role in CallCabinet. For more information about CallCabinet's predefined roles, please refer to CallCabinet's predefined user roles how-to video. Also, for more insight into CallCabinet's restricted user and restricted admin roles, please refer to CallCabinet's how-to video on restricted user roles. See you in the next video.